Greetings and salutations. And boop. Forgive the Blue Jay cacophony happening out on the balcony there. Oh. Happening out on the balcony there. There's a turf war amongst the mountain jays out here on the balcony today. It's actually kind of hysterical because there are audible tactics that are going into this. Maybe we'll talk more on that later. Why are you laying so funny? Come here. Come here. Lay down. Lay down. Let's do the show. It's like, no, I want to go and watch the Blue Jay war. I want to go see what happens next. Who's going to win? I don't think either one of us can tell one Jay from the other. But, yep, definitely. Were you just going to sit there and watch me? Okay. Well, we're going to see Christina, who says that we can see and hear you. And thank you, Goddess Patina, for being the first in the chat and the first super chat. Lauren DiCamillo, hello. Kathy B. Oh my God, has to go to a meeting in person? How barbaric indeed. What godless sodomites are making you show up face to face? That is so Bronze Age. Howdy hoes, Disciplerinos, and Serona Farron. Karen Oliver, watching from. Are you still out east? I know you're still out. Michelle Vanderpool, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Michelle. Flattered you are joining us on your birthday. Christopher Farron. Roberta Acuna, hello. Terry Smith. Scott Gilbert. How was it Scottish food or was it an English pub? Wow, they are still going out there. Claire Bear, haven't seen you in a while. Lovely to have you back. Patty Pinkstaff. Good, Patty, I especially pleasantly surprised to see Patty with us here this evening. I'm not going to delve her dirty laundry on the internet, of course, but she's having a rough, dramatic time of life right now through absolutely no fault of her own. So, Patty, obviously, I'm thinking of you. Angelica Bolschweiler. Anna. Hello, Anna. Kathy B. said, just found out that my daughter has plans for my 70th birthday next month, but won't tell me what they are. I hope that means she's planning something for you and is not like, well, I'm just going bowling with the guys or something. Chloe, beautiful picture. I can't believe you were at all self-conscious or had any dysmorphic thoughts about that photo. That was just gorgeous. Oh, and my chat just jumped way, way down. I can see that my mom, Pam, is here, and Joanne King. But probably missed a half a dozen people. In any case, I'm going to start tonight with some Allman Brothers. There we go. Yeah. Move into focus. Irish nachos are homemade potato chips with corned beef jalapenos with Scotch rarebit. Ah, yeah. Scott Gilbert is hitting up the rainy cuisine. All right. This first one is from the Allman Brothers. Lord, I was born a rambling man, trying to make a living and doing the best I can. When it's time for leaving, I hope you'll understand that I was born a rambling man. My father was a gambler down in Georgia, wound up on the wrong end of the gun, and I was born in the backseat of a Greyhound bus, rolling down Highway 41. Lord, I was born a rambling man, I'm trying to make a living and doing the best I can. When it's time for leaving, I hope you'll understand I was born a rambling man. I'm on my way to New Orleans this morning, leaving at Nashville, Tennessee. They're always having a good time down by you, Lord. Delta women think the world of me. Say, Lord, I was born a rambling man, trying to make a living and doing the best I can. When it's time for leaving, I hope you'll understand I was born a rambling man. Say, Lord, I was born a rambling man. 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 All right. Hey, Mickey Mooney. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please hit up the trifecta. Reach down, click like, reach down, click share, reach down, click save, or just reach out if your device is in front of you. Whatever your orientation is. Hi, Julie, with terrible internet connection. I know you are never ignoring us. Don Emery. Oh, you guys are back at the back at Knott's. All right. Thank you, Kathy B. Thank you very much. Let's see. What I feel like doing next. Since Miss Julie Emery is listening. Oh, there's Ed Marsh. Yeah. Ed Marsh is done with the triple header. Thank you very much, Ed. Cheers, sir. Drinking 4 ounces of tequila tonight. And after the 4 ounces of tequila, let's see how appealing the catnip I sprinkled in Wolfgang's bed seems. So this next one, I was wanting to do a Beatles song. In fact, I was thinking even specifically I would do 2 Beatles songs tonight because of how much Julie Emery loves the Beatles. And I'm feeling especially grateful for the Emerys specifically and individually right now. to that end, coincidentally, my mom, which one of you logged in on tonight? My mom, Pam, in any case, also specifically requested a Beatles song. So here's the first one. I've never played this on a LoveCast. This is called While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I look at you all, see the love there that's sleeping, while my guitar gently weeps. I look at the floor and I see it needs sweeping, still my guitar gently weeps. Don't know why nobody told you how to unfold your love. I don't know how someone controlled you. They bought and sold you. I look at the world and I know this is turning, still my guitar gently weeps. With every mistake we must surely be learning, still my guitar gently weeps. I don't know diverted, you were perverted too. I don't know how you were inverted, no one alerted you. I look at you all, see the love there that's sleeping, while my guitar gently weeps. Look at you all, still my guitar gently weeps. Hey, Jason Allen. Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. I'm just now, like, looking back at snatches of the chat, as you can see by my face, and somehow Don Emery knows what Scott Gilbert's underwear is, and it's just, that's, yeah, because, you know, who doesn't know what Scott Gilbert's underwear is? we're gonna get it wrong, at least get it right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking about getting it wrong, my reverb was on while I'm talking. Jeez. Yeah, Scott, I was making absolutely no ontological assertions as pertaining to the existence or non-existence of said underwear. Scott's underwear commentary is now concluded on my behalf. There you go. Your word of the day, ontology. Focus that better. Ontology is the branch of philosophy that deals with existence. Here's your word of the day. Oh, you know, I did say I already had a Beatles song in mind that I wanted to play for Miss Julie. If she's still listening, she did say she's going to be in and out of the chat due to bad internet connectivity. But I'm going with the premise that Julie and Dawn are still with us. And yeah, here's another one. Here's another Beatles song. I don't remember if I've played this one on a LoveCast. I think I've played it once on the internet somewhere on a live cast, and I don't remember what show. And I love you too, Mom. This next song is this is another one of my mom's favorites. This song is from 1968. This is called Across the Universe. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my opened mind, possessing and caressing me. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes. They call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind inside a letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Sounds of laughter, shades of life are ringing through my opened ears. inciting and inviting me. Limitless, undying love, which shines around me like a million suns, calls me on and on across the universe. Jaggaroo, daylight. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Jaggaroo, daylight. Jaggaroo, daylight. Jaggaroo, daylight. Jaggaroo, daylight. Well, thank you, Miss Karen. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love that song. I love the sentiment behind it. I love the imagery in it. I love what it sounds like. I think, and this just now occurred to me for the first time that I can recall. You know the Voyager probes that went out in 1976 and 77? They had the golden records that had music from all over the earth. They had Chinese opera. They had Beethoven. There was whale song on there. There was Chuck Berry. The most poetic and apt from North America, even more than Chuck Berry, I'd say, was an old 1930s blues song called Dark Was the Night. Well, I think that song should have been on a golden record that is literally just being launched out into the universe. How perfect would that have been, right? Of course, I guess if aliens did find that record and decode how to make a record player and listen to it, then, Apple Music would have been charging them royalties. So there was that inconvenience factor, I suppose. Yeah, first communication from transstellar sorts of... Oh dear, Michelle can't watch. Internet is spotty at Knott's. Well, I hope you're having a good birthday, Michelle. And talk about artists who transcend space and time. In a more imaginative time of the world, way before Garth Brooks was putting on a wig and gluing on a little goatee and giving himself another name. What did he call himself? I forgot what it was called now. It was like a concept piece, right? He did like this. He did this character, and he did this entire album like in character as this like depressive bluesy rocker dude. And what was that guy called? Chris Gaines. Thank you, Christopher Farron. Thank you, Chris Gaines. It's funny because the last time I think I remembered recounting this anecdote, I could remember the name Chris Gaines, and I couldn't remember no, what's the real guy though? Garth something or other. Not Wayne's sidekick either. So when David Bowie did it as Ziggy Stardust, either everybody got it Or the people that didn't get it went along in an emperor's new clothes sort of thing and didn't admit that they didn't get it. I don't know. It was kind of the opposite of the whole Chris Gaines thing of like, what are you doing? You're a rocking alien now? I don't know. From 1983, after David Bowie landed back on Earth, Space Odyssey came back. Everybody was feet on the ground. He came out with an album called Let's Dance. And on the album Let's Dance, there was this song called China Girl. I couldn't escape this feeling with my China girl. I've been red without my little China girl. I knew her heart beating loud as thunder. Saw the stars crashing down. I'm a mess without my little China girl. Wake up in the mornings with my little China girl. I hear her heart speak loud as thunder. Saw the stars crashing down. I'm feeling tragic like I'm Marlon Brando when I look at my China girl. I could tell that nothing really meant too much when I look at my China girl. Stumble into town just like a sick cow. Visions of swastikas in my head, plans for everyone. It's in the white of my eyes. My little China girl, shouldn't mess with me. I'll ruin everything you are. You know, I'll give you television. I'll give you eyes blue. I'll give you a man who wants to rule the world. And when I get excited, my little China girl says, oh baby, just to shut your mouth. She says, shh. She says, man, hey, Carol. I love you and Mark too. Thank you for joining us. Oh, yeah. Katie. Oh, good, Katie. Oh, wow. I think you're going to be there on Saturday. Lovely. This will be, wow. This will be the first time I've seen you since we met? That is so crazy to say out loud. I can't believe you're not an actual part of the Vaudacity family. That's been the whole thing. Yeah, I can't wait to see you for the second time. That's nuts. Hello, Miss Chancy. Are you still in Georgia? Is that am I remembering that right? Are you in Georgia? We Miss Chancy camped with us at Burning Man a number of years ago. Oh, Christopher Farron, that's a great idea. Mott the Hoople. I love Mott the Hoople. Yeah, I've never actually learned a Mott the Hoople specific song that I can think of offhand. All the Young Dudes is yeah, that's a great one. And no, I get it, Carol. Not to worry. Y'all are in a different state now. And, okay, on the coast of Georgia, waterfront. Oh, waterfront. Come from a swim. Wow, how pleasant. Thank you. Thank you for the invite. That's neat. So, after all the talk of human musicians dressed in the persona of aliens, this next one, I'm pretty damn sure, is an actual alien dressed in the persona of a human who we call Annie Lennox. And thank you very much, Chloe, for the dancing lemon girl. I think that's a girl. Excuse me, it's politically incorrect to assume anyone's gender, even if they're a fruit. Oh, it's also politically incorrect to call someone a fruit for very similar reasons. So, whatever the lemon entity is, thank you very much, Chloe. Can we get text messages for your LoveCasts? Also, come play a gig at the Blue Door in Brunswick, Georgia. So first of all, to get a text message for the LoveCast, subscribe to the Vaudacity Network if you're not already. That's the YouTube channel that you're watching this on right now. And there's a little bell next to subscribe. There are multiple options under that bell that will alert you anytime Vaudacity does anything livecast, or B, you can customize that to like specific things. I don't know the details. I've never customized sorts of things. In advance, I'd say right now, get out your smartphone and set an alarm for Thursday at 5:30. Yeah, I think YouTube actually does send it out in advance. I get like 30-minute notices or something like that for those things that I'm subscribed to. Thank you, Christina. A lemon, they. Got it. Man, next I'm going to piss off some vegetables. So before I piss off any vegetables, let's piss off some Eurythmic fans, because I'll just repeat that bit that, yeah, I'm pretty damn sure that Annie Lennox is an actual alien dressed sometimes as Chris Gaines. And back in 1983, she was dressed in a black pinstripe suit with this, like, violent red spiky crew cut. I don't know how tall she is in real life, but yeah, I mean, for me, she looked like just a giant. I've never met her in person, but that's just camera angles, and she just must be one towering. Like, I swear she must like be fighting James Bond as a villain at some point, probably alongside Grace Jones. So, giving us a good emotional report on bad weather From the band the Eurythmics. This is Here Comes the Rain Again.
Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion. I wanna walk in the open wind, I wanna talk like lovers do, I wanna dive into your ocean. Is it raining with you? So baby, talk to me like lovers do. Walk with me like lovers do. Talk to me like lovers do. Here comes the rain again, raining on my head like a tragedy, tearing me apart like a new emotion. Ooh. I wanna breathe in the open wind, I wanna kiss like lovers do, I wanna dive into your ocean. Is it raining with you? So baby, talk to me like lovers do. Walk with me like lovers do. Talk to me like lovers do. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory, falling on my head like a new emotion. Oh, yeah. I wanna walk in the open way, I wanna talk like lovers do, I wanna dive into your ocean. Is it raining with you?
Yeah. Alien Annie doing a very human song there. Should take a quick sidebar to point out, in addition to the super chat through the Vaudacity network, of course, we got the virtual tip jar. Paymo, the Vin pal, right here in the corner. And the people who contributed last week to those sorts of things, to LoveCast 64, were Ed and Susie Marsh, Ned Clark and Benny Shoyan, Don and Julie Emery, Rick and Karen Oliver, and one anonymous party. Yeah. Nicole, I hope I can convince you / count on you to sing along with me this weekend, as a few of us going to be gathering for a private party, and I'm thinking right now I want to do like some kind of really easy sing along section to that show. And okay, yes, indeed. Let's chat about it. I have a show, counting tonight, I have a show every night for the next 5 days. So I'm a little behind on my messages, and nobody that's ever watched this show has ever heard me say that before. That was worth a double cough. We can, Nicole, show up early on Saturday. We can run over some things, but I promise there will be absolutely nothing complicated. And I bet we can convince Amanda and Christina and a few other of our singers to crowd around a microphone and sing some choruses in unison. With, like I said, nothing complex. Oh my God, Christina, your cousin is 4'9"? Does she work in a chocolate factory? I'm just curious. Total non sequitur. Karen Oliver had a request, and I am going to play that, but this is another song that Karen Oliver particularly likes. And it's been, a while since I played this song. This is one of my favorites. I really love playing this one. Crosby, Stills, and Nash did an album, I don't know, in the 70s that when I was a teenager, my mom bought me on a CD, and I just got obsessed with this particular CD because I already liked Crosby, Stills, and Nash, but you know how teenagers like hook into music, and Crosby, Stills, and Nash was one of those groups that I definitely like hooked into and just listened to on repeat and just obsessed over. A bunch of y'all watching tonight were watching a couple of weeks ago when the Hunter and the Dirty Jacks bass player, Aaron Barnes, sat in with me. And I think my favorite commentary on this group of all time came from Aaron Barnes in like a 2 or 3 sentence review. He said, "It's awesome because with CSNY, you've got 3 of the best singers of all time and Neil Young." And the sincerity with which he delivered that, yeah. Because Neil Young has his own kind of magic that he brings no matter what he does. And it is undeniable. In any case, this has almost cut my hair. Almost cut my hair. Happened just the other day. It's getting kinda long. Could have said it was in my way, but I didn't. And I wonder why I feel like let my free flag fly. I feel like I'm all here.
this year, and I feel like I owe you someone. Yeah, yeah. When I finally get myself together, gonna get down in that sunny southern weather, gonna find a place inside to lay, separate the wheat from the chaff, and I feel like I owe you. Said I feel like I owe you, and I feel like I owe you someone. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Nicole, you nailed it. It was Deja Vu was the album that Mom bought me. Oh man, wow. What a unique problem. I've never had this before. I have so much more material prepared than I could possibly get through. Yeah, Mom, I hear you about the crickets. Every time they hear my voice, they get really. That's cute. Dari just sent me a picture of her kitty when a couple of nights ago on Fireside Tales with Wolfgang, I called out to Olive and Ray and apparently started talking to him straight into the camera. And Dari sent me this picture of one of her kitties, like looking straight at the that was it's one of the cutest pictures. It's the cutest picture anybody sent me this week. Okay, I'm gonna play. Ooh, maybe I'll do this one. I heard a fascinating statistic this morning. About missing people. And this is a deceptively open-ended thing. Let me say that in preface. Are you aware that hundreds of thousands of people go missing every year in America? Like, this is not to open any conspiracy doors here. I consider the 600,000 plus American lives lost to COVID thus far to be a very significant number. So I'm holding this up as a high bar, not a low one. That in 2019, it was about 600,000 Americans that went missing. Now, sometimes this is somebody in an abusive relationship and they just take off and their spouse like files a missing persons report and that person, gets a job as a bartender on Catalina Island and just never goes back, and it's just like an open case, right? Sometimes this is, and I would say a lot of times this is probably innocuous. But there was one year in particular in the 90s that over 1 million people just went missing. Now, and unless this is like some kind of surreptitious Christian rapture that I wasn't informed of, and if that was the case, I would like to know, because there have been a lot of religious people that have been pains in the ass about that particular thing many times over since then, so I doubt that that's the thing either. But there was like 1 year in the 90s that it was literally over 1 million people. That's probably just technological limitations of bad forensics. And to paraphrase Donald Rumsfeld, the late Donald Rumsfeld, that is just knowing what we don't know. In the early 90s, Soul Asylum did... No, Christina, I was afraid when I said that was the cutest picture anybody has sent this week. You did actually send me, you did send me one picture that was cuter than the picture that your sister sent me. I just didn't want to call attention to that fact. So anyway, in the early 90s, Soul Asylum did a video that kind of served the same function as the back of milk cartons did in that same era of posting the pictures of missing children, specifically missing minors, and they did this particular song. And man, I have so much to say about both Richard Ramirez and Kirk Cameron, and I just don't want to get too sidetracked here. But remind me in private conversation for both of those folks. And if you're going to be at this party on Saturday, well, we'll talk in the after hours. Terry asking the awesome rational skeptic question: are these cases where the person was never found, or are these initial reports of missing persons? It is the latter, not the former. I don't know if these statistics that I came across remain open or were later closed. And as I said, a lot of these can be as simple as, yes, that is indeed because Terry is an awesome, rational, skeptical person. And that is literally why Terry Smith and I know each other without exaggeration. That was the common denominator that brought us to the same time and same place. Richard, wow, Patty Pinkstaff said Richard Ramirez was caught a few blocks from my house in Sierra Madre. It was a scary time. Wow. I just, messaging with you earlier today, thought now was a scary time, but yeah, that might have been even worse. Okay. Enough sidebars. This is Runaway Train by Soul Asylum.
Call you up in the middle of the night, like a firefly without a light. You were like a blowtorch burning. I was a kid that could use a little turning. So tired that I couldn't even sleep. So many cigarettes I couldn't keep. Promised myself I wouldn't weep. One more promise I couldn't keep. It seems no one could help me now. I'm in too deep, there's no way out. This time I have really led myself astray. Runaway train now going back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow neither here nor there. Can you help me remember how to smile? Make it somehow all seem worthwhile. How on earth did I get so jaded? Life mystery seems so faded. I can go and no one else can go. I know and no one else knows. Here I am just a drowning in the rain, with a ticket for a runaway train. And everything seems cut and dry, day and night, earth and sky. Somehow I just don't believe it. Runaway train never going back. Runaway on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow neither here nor there. On a ticket for a runaway train, like a madman laughing at the rain. Little out of touch, little insane. It's just easier than dealing with the pain. Runaway train never going back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow neither here nor there. Runaway train never going back. Runaway train tearing up the track. Runaway train burning in my veins. Runaway, but it always seems to say.
Good call, Jason. Yeah, Soul Asylum today did at least one really good album, maybe a couple. I can't remember right now. And yeah, Christina nailed it. Wolfgang bailed before the first song. The Mountain Jay war out there on the balcony was much more interesting than sitting next to his human, making human noises. Okay, I'm going to fill you in on this is the nature drama that happened out there today. So all the time in the human world of what matters to us, if it's Black Lives Matter, if it's Blue Lives Matter, if it's Antifa, if it's whatever the correlate opposite of that, the skinheads, I don't really even know what would be the pro-fascist brigade, whatever that would be, right? So there's a really famous poem that just sort of sums up how it's all the same to nature. Before I was aware of that famous poem, Mom can probably drop that in the chat, I started paraphrasing "It's all the same to the pines." I still haven't written that song. I came up with that phrase like 12 years ago, and I've never written that song. Today, out in the balcony, out in the front yard of the cabin, there have been like 2 mountain jays that claim that the front yard is their territory most of this summer so far. And today, there were 7 out there, and they're like squabbling constantly over the front yard and who gets it. Now, one of the things about corvids is the family of birds that includes, say, mynah birds, crows, ravens, jackdaws, any kind of blue jay that you can think of. Corvids are extremely intelligent, and they mimic other bird sounds. Now, I've never seen what the point of mimicking other bird sounds was until today. So the mountain jays out here are having this squabble, right? One of them goes to the top of the highest tree and starts imitating a red-tailed hawk. Now, this is that I wish I could do this imitation. Every time you ever see like an eagle on the television and you hear that kind of scream sound that's like a lot louder than I could even possibly imitate with a whistle, it's always the voiceover of a red-tailed hawk. It's like the most dramatic, eagle-ish sounding hawk scream, any like the most dramatic raptor cry you can imagine. You've heard it in movies. Whatever you can bring to mind that embodies that sound, it's the right one. One of these jays had figured out how to mimic that sound, and I'm watching it do it. So I know there's not like a red-tailed hawk that's just off in the, and by the way, it's like this kind of whistle, cool, singy tone to it instead of the hawk screamy tone to it. So it's definitely a mountain jay doing this. And this bird goes up there and starts doing this sound, and all of the other songbirds, like the chickadees, the house finches, the goldfinches, the juncos, everybody hides. Everybody goes the hell away. The ground squirrels, the chipmunks, we got at least 2 different species of chipmunks here. Everybody hides when they hear this sound, except the competing mountain jays. And there were a couple of woodpeckers that were kind of off to the side that were just like, okay, we have a house here and we're safe inside this wooden house and we're just going to watch from here. So I noticed they were like keeping this careful, surreptitious sidebar view. Wolfgang and I are hanging out in the balcony and just like watching the drama unfold. He's watching it like a Marvel movie. I mean, you would think at some point the Hulk comes out and says, "Hulk smash," and Loki gets like slammed around back and forth, right? And Wolfgang's just kind of sitting there, with folded paws, watching all this. And yeah, well, that was interesting. No, that guy's kind of an asshole, but wow, he's really captured the field here, hasn't he? Yeah, yeah, that's really cool. And Wolfgang and I are just watching this nature drama unfold as one of them has figured out how to perfectly mimic a red-tailed hawk. It was like one of the most amazing things to see that I don't know that I would have appreciated when I first arrived here in April of 2020 for the beginning of the pandemic. But such is the drama of nature if you evolve if you develop the senses to watch it unfold. Yes, they were all singing the Jets songs, indeed. So I'm going to do one more song here. This was Karen Oliver's request. Karen formats. If you've heard Karen Oliver's name disproportionately in terms of requests, it's A, because she's a special, wonderful person, and B, because she typically formats her requests in the form of, hey, could you do something like this, or this? And so they are very, very easy to acquiesce. It's kind of the perfect combination of those circumstances. And oh, well, I love you all too, Karen. I love every single one of you. I've met Karen, I've met Rick, I've met Allison. There's one daughter I have not met, and that I hope to someday meet. Probably when we're out on tour to Colorado, when we're out on the road. And perfect reflection of being out on the road for Miss Karen Oliver from 1973. This is Bob Seger. Turn the page.
East of Omaha, listen to the angels moaning how their one-note song. Used to think about the woman, the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering where they always do when you're riding 16 hours. There's nothing much to do, and you don't feel much like riding. Just wish the trip was through. See, here I am on the road again. Here I am, up on the stage. Here I go, play the star again. There I go, to be. Will you walk into this restaurant, strung out from the road, feel the eyes upon you as you're shaking off the cold? Pretend it doesn't bother you, you just want to explode. Yeah, most times you can't hear him talk, other times you can't. Oh, the same old cliches. Is that a woman or a man? And you always seem outnumbered. You don't dare make her stay. See, here I am on the road again. There I am, up on the stage. Here I go, play the star again. There I go, to be. In the spotlight, you're a million miles energy. You try and give away as the sweat pours down your back like the music that you play. Later in the evening as you lie awake in bed, the echoes and the amplifiers ringing in your head. You smoke the day's last cigarette, remembering what she said. Here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing the Stargate. Here I go to be. Here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. There I go, playing the Stargate. There I go. Well, my apologies to my musical accompanist that I didn't get to this evening. My reassurance that he will not be terribly offended. He will make his appearance this Saturday, assuming we get the tech worked out for this little party we're doing down in Orange County. And tomorrow night on the Vaudacity network, one of our own, Tom Carosa, lost literally everything he owns. His apartment I think he's in New York. His apartment burned down. He's physically okay. But tomorrow night on the Vaudacity Network, we're going to do a benefit for Tom Carosa, whether he likes it or not. He swears he doesn't need any actual help, but we're doing it. And I'll be doing at least one song tomorrow night. Join us on the Vaudacity Network for that. Sunday, we're going to be doing another installment of Deep Cuts. I believe this one's going to be hosted by Miss Katie McIntyre, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I'm just catching up with the chat here. Yes, Jason, it is. Wow, I don't even know how to acknowledge. There's a lot of emotional stuff in that 3 sentences. So Sunday night, back to Deep Cuts, and then of course Monday I'll be doing another Fireside Tales with Wolfgang, and I believe Monday
Also on the Vaudacity network, Miss Amanda Benjamin will be doing another Amanda on Demanda. Oh, and I've just been told that I can announce this now, that in April of 2022, wow, how futuristic does that sound? It sounds like we should all have jetpacks in 2022. In April of 2022, there will be a Vaudacity Polly's Picnic cruise. And I am one of the performers that has officially been announced as being a performer on the cruise, so I can say that in public now. I've never been on a cruise in my entire life. I'm really looking forward to, I don't know, the potential of drowning in that little swimming pool in the middle of the ocean. I just like the ironic death there. I'm looking forward to like eating unbelievable amounts while also having unbelievable access to like weight cages, etc. We'll find out. I've never been on a cruise before. I'm being paid to go on my first one. So contact Anna Gianavola. Indeed, Polly's Picnic Cruise is happening for early April of 2022. April 1st through 4th, I believe. I have no idea which ship, but Anna and Christina here can fill you in on those sorts of things. If you like eating and or drinking, you will love cruising. Okay, I will take your word for it. Cruising for me was this thing that you're not supposed to do in your cars more than several times on a particular road in small towns or on the Sunset Strip. Looking for the Carnival Radiance. Wow. That sounds awesome. The Carnival Radiance. How could you have a bad time on the Carnival Radiance? Oh, it's been retracted. Scratch that. It's probably going to be like the Carnival Badiance or something that rhymes, right? Where are we going? Now I'm just watching the chat to see what Christina chimes in here. In any case, I think we're done here for the evening. I'm going to leave the camera running for just a few more minutes so y'all can say goodnight to each other. You have to book through Anna Gianavola to be in our group and see the private show. Okay, there you go. Contact Anna Gianavola, and I will definitely be bringing at least one 12-string, if not multiples, for this cruise. I'm going to leave the chat running so everyone can say good night to each other, such as Beards, Brews, and Buds. I love that login name. Thank you all for joining us. I love you all. Good night.